All right, boom. In the building today, we have someone, in my opinion, needs little to no introduction, I believe. You know what I mean? Incredible story, to say the least. Um, Enough personality to captivate a room in the hundreds. Do you know what I mean? And yeah, Mr. Marvin Herbert in the building today. How we doing, sir? You all right?
Absolutely amazing that. Bang on. VladTV, big up
Do you know
VladTV.
what I mean? Quality.
And, I feel like I'm going up in the world.
You definitely are, for sure, for sure.
Come on.
As I said, impeccable story as far as, your experiences and, stuff you've already shared, do you know what I mean? And yeah, can't wait to get into it, to be honest. So, first order of business, pretty much, if we can go all the way back to birth and you can sort of tell me your earliest memories of childhood.
The earliest childhood memories I've got, because ironically enough, all the memories I have, well, it's not even ironic, it's just basic, they're all trauma related. So I can't really remember a lot of really, really happy times apart from the ones I created. But going back to my childhood, the first memories I've got was Liverpool Cathedral on Brownlow Hill. Right, it was a new cathedral that was just being built, right? I'm pretty sure it's the Church of England. I'm not 1,000,000% sure. But it was a Church of England cathedral, with a big round sphere with loads of spikes. So when they was building that, we lived across the road, St. Anne's Gardens, I think it was called, the Bull Ring, but we lived in the masonette next to it. And then we used to play in the grounds of the church, like the cathedral.
Sure, yeah.
And there used to be a tramp in there called Fishy.
Right.
He was a big, I've got a photo of him, so I'll send you the photo of this guy.
Sure.
Yeah. So he used to wear this big overcoat, big beard, and he used to chase us, and we used to have, like, my first memories of getting chased around the cathedral by a guy called Fishy, and then my dog Butch getting run over, and we had to bury him in the cathedral grounds. And then I got run over outside. Basically, I've gone to Sunday school, and because I don't know, they said that I was one of the best behaved kids. I was one of the I was one of them kids that all the adults loved, kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? So because I was getting the most attention, they got me this really unique present for Christmas. So they was going to give me this present last.
Oh, right, yeah.
So now I'm standing, and I don't know, but I'm standing in the church and church hall, and I'm waiting for I'm thinking, they haven't got me nothing. They haven't got me nothing. And just before they was about to say, oh, Marvin, we've got this special gift, I've just run straight out of the church, out of the hall, and I'm just fuming, so I've run to go home, and as I've run out of church, run across the road, I've been knocked over by a TR7, a red TR7.
Shit.
And then I had to go to Alder A Hospital, and I remember being in Alder A Hospital for a few months, and I remember getting put into another cot with another little girl. I remember my sister come and kill the eagle's eggs, or squash the eagle's egg. Like little things like that I remember. I remember falling on a bottle at 18 months old. I got a big scar here, and I fell on because milk bottles used to be different.
Yeah, like glass bottles sort of.
Yeah, thin glass top, and they used to go down like that. So this one bottle's gone right through my leg when I was 18 months old. And I actually remember going to the hospital because it was like Moroccan. It was like a Moroccan, I can never forget, bald Moroccan doctor.
Right.
And he was holding me down, injecting the cut with a syringe. And that was what gave me a sort of phobia against injections for my whole entire life. So until I was a Cat A. I was a Cat A prisoner. I couldn't scream no more. I had to go and give it a big in front of the nurse. And that's when I stopped being scared of injections. But up until that point, that was a trauma when I was 18 months. I got the trauma in my leg. Can I
ask, did you manage to get the present in the end when you got run over by the car?
I can't remember.
Serious?
I might have got it in the hospital. Yeah, I do. I don't remember what it was, because that's another thing. I've got no real... the childhood memories I've got is like being naughty with my cousins. Like, I remember one holiday, but the holiday was for 9 months.
Right.
I remember that. I remember a couple of like countryside holidays, but there was no sort of
substantial
fairy tale holidays as a kid. You know what I mean? Like, it was I never got all the presents I wanted. You know that? Because I'm not moaning about my childhood. It's just I never had what all my mates had. And I always wanted what everyone else had.
Makes sense.
Do you know what I mean? But in my little world at home, my mum done, I believe, as well as she, and I love my mum. Me and my mum got a sick relationship. Like, she was my best mate growing up. Although her parental skills weren't the best in the world. Do you know what I mean? Like, I love my mum. She learned on the job. Do you know what I mean? She learned early. She learned young. She had a bad upbringing, had a bad couple of relationships, and she had 4 kids down to it, and she had to look after them. So she done whatever she could to get us all through it, you know?
That's fair. No, I mean, yeah, crazy. So you was in the trauma thing started pretty early then, fair to say, sort of thing.
Well, there's only one bit of trauma that I can't remember, and that was when I was 19 months old. My dad burnt my fingers, because I had my hand burnt when I was 8 years of age, but my mum told me since my last interview with James English that it wasn't once, it was actually twice. And what happened, me and my brother Earl, we used to play a game, because there used to be coal fires back in the day. Never had electric fires and all that. Electric fires coming in the 80s.
Right.
But prior to that, it was all coal fires. And I remember what we used to do, we used to light the coal fire. My dad would light the coal fire, but as kids, we used to play a game where you got to put your foot in the fire to see how long you can keep it in the fire for. It's one of them games, yeah? So me and my brother played a game in the front room, and boom, a bit of coals come out of the thing, set the room on fire, burnt the house down, right? So because of that, my dad, 19 months old, had burnt my hand over a fire. Do you know what I mean? And then I never remember that until my mum reminded me about them. That happened again when I was 8.
Crazy.
For nicking some Starbar and Wrigley spearmint gum.
You're not playing games.
And that was that was when it started. That was the real, I fucking hate you. I hate you. I fucking hate you. That was where the hatred started. My dad burnt my hand when I was 8.